Everyone, it's time. What? Restaurant 2 p.m. Killer reveal o'clock. Who made you the boss? Wait, Ava, bloody hell. Wait, how'd you get your phone back? What a thing to wake up to. Wait, what time is this? I have to take care of this mess now. Alright, are we actually doing killer reveal?
All.
Yes?
Guys, time to uncover the killer.
Interesting. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
Eva requested our presence. Enkidu surpassed his master Gilgamesh.
Taking over the process. But the investigation reached its peak. I have to use this opportunity.
Attention, every...
Tea? Coffee?
Ophelia, you don't need to.
I would have served everyone a chamomilla infusion. People tend to get lofty in these situations. We need to be proactive and take control when possible. Everyone! After some inquiries, we believe now is the time to uncover the truth.
I'm glad you feel this way, because I don't.
Good save, doormat.
No offense, friendo, but I'm not expecting much from you and Ava.
Look who's talking. We did a super official investigation. What about y'all?
Someone had to maintain peace and order.
Yeah, you're like, what? You're just stomping around, like, maintaining peace and order from who? From what? Where? You don't even know what you're doing.
And we checked the perimeter for clues.
I wonder if they found anything new.
There was a duty to perform, and we performed it to the best of our abilities.
We don't need an official title to be useful.
Yes, someone had to get to the bottom of this. This is not a fucking game, even if some of you treat it like such. Time to stop this fucking dilly-dallying.
The old man is dead and, worst of all, the feel the puta that did it hauled him around like a sack of shit.
True. There are several signs that Gio wasn't dealt a final blow where he was found.
Right.
No doubt.
Only some of us are strong enough to carry Daddy Gio.
Call him Daddy one more time.
You mean only arm strength? No way.
Yeah, I don't see any of us capable of that.
Good thing you don't need only arm strength to carry him around. But I know how he got there, don't I? He got there by the wheelbarrow. Wait, how's that not it? It was all week. Was taken with the wheelbarrow. Okay, well, what about this wheelbarrow? What? Alright, well, time for the good old click everything until you decide that that's the one because the answer is definitely the wheelbarrow. But sure, you can play your little game, and I will just, not actually put any real effort into getting the right answer. I'll let the game just walk me through it. Boom. 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 Alright, so then we're here. Okay, whoops. And we are there. I'm a little confused. I showed everything. No, not this. I can't progress. Autoplay? What am I doing? I've presented everything. I've presented everything. What the heck? Hello? I don't know what to do here. I didn't skip anything, did I? Right? Because we have this wheelbarrow here. Not this. We have the planks of wood. We have this wheelbarrow here. We have... Wait, did I get the final bottom two back down here? Oh, okay.
Good.
Oh, wait, I need to turn autoplay off.
That makes sense.
I thought if I turn autoplay on, maybe it would just, like, pick the answer for me. That was wild.
Interesting. He was extremely bruised and disheveled for that.
If the specialist says so.
Pity the towel stayed on.
It's the same balancing trick you use for that useless coat of yours. Or your nose if you don't fucking stop with the jokes.
I've seen these towels before.
Yes, and by the state of the towel, I'd even say it's a clue to some very important information. Establishing right away that Gio was abducted 1 week ago, the towel can tell us where that happened.
The spa, maybe? That's true, Gio was abducted in the spa.
Yes, he was most likely abducted in the spa, on top of the volcano.
That makes sense for the timeline in hand.
Marty, we toast know when he puffed out. What's important is who did it.
As no one mastered the gift of omnipresence, the killer is the one that claims no alibi.
I thought that was one of your abilities, weirdo.
You mock the Master of Shadows?
I can't get over what was the actual like right answer that I presented that wasn't. It was just that Giovanni fell from a higher point. Wasn't that a response to like how he was carried around? Because they were literally talking about no one having the strength. How is I like, oh gosh. This is one of those where like I don't even think the answer makes sense. So annoying.
Everyone mocks the Master of Shadows.
Anyway.
Calm up, Pete. This is serious business.
Let's recap. Ava was locked in a room. As she should be.
Hey!
I was with Isaac.
So I confirm. Harry was under my protection for the entirety of the evening.
Sauna session felt like an eternity, but I wouldn't say it was the whole evening.
As far as I know, no one else has an alibi.
What about Lumi's picture?
Giovanni was washing the kitchen that night. The pavlova was really messy.
Anka brings the sweet smells of afternoon tea.
Did anyone help her?
No.
Not really.
Anika's the maid. Go figure.
We're really awful housemates.
Your biscuit, anyone?
Aroma from the tray is really delightful. I wish this was a normal afternoon tea.
I'll take a biscuit. Thanks, Annika.
I took a picture of that night with my cultures.
You have a pic from the 2 nights.
I have a picture for each night I worked on the project.
Don't be shy. Show us that shit.
Sure.
It sure didn't take long to find that pic. As Ashley says, a photo from that day, hours after Gio left the resort. He was in a room during that time for certain.
This just tells us you were playing with bacteria at the resort at that time.
They indeed have bacteria in them, but...
I don't care, honey.
What were you doing during that night?
And you?
I asked first. But I'm not a little kid, so I can't say right away that I was in my bedroom.
So high and mighty.
Maybe you could just clarify and tell them.
Okay, fine. We were drinking Gio's secret stash together, alright?
Okay, why is Sasha always just like, oh, I'm alone in my room, and then when it comes to it, it's just like, oh, actually, I have a full, like, tight alibi.
He sure had good taste, Uval. Also, no sex jokes?
I don't make sex jokes about my sex partners.
Thanks, Kreda.
They basically guarantee each other's alibi. Not bulletproof, but it's as strong as mine and Isaac's.
There's no time for cheap humor in these proceedings.
Call me a bits. Where were you that night?
I have no alibi, but I'm confident I won't be tried as a culprit today.
Oh, yeah? No alibi? You sure feel confident, Dan?
That's not very enlightening.
Paw Patrol has few alibis.
True. We need more. Wait. Pal Patrol? You mean our group?
Yeah.
Yes? I like it.
Oh my gosh. Of course you do.
I think they're mocking us.
Number 1 rules against bullies: never recognize when they've insulted you.
I don't know if that's a rule you can easily follow, but okay.
The Paw Patrol lets such stuff happen during their watch. Or like, they're totes in cahoots with the killer.
Yeah.
Or slash, one of them is the killer. Or it's totes the boss pal done gay.
What?
I think he was onto something. Let's see. Oh yeah, what about the Dan and Mia together at the night of the murder? That's not it? Okay, what about Mia leaving for the volcano trail? That's not it? Okay, what about this message? Okay, what about the scarf? Okay. What about bloodstains, wheelbarrow? What about it was tortured? What about lengths? I'm just kind of picking everything now.
That's true. The wheelbarrow was found in the basement.
Okay, the wheelbarrow is not, I mean, that was basically just like a random guess. I don't see how that actually answers the question. Like, one of the people in the Paw Patrol was guilty. I wonder what evidence points to that. How about this wheelbarrow? Like, I don't understand how the answer isn't just like, oh, what about the 2 that met together at the night of the murder? That's not more on the nose. The game's answers to their own questions is like baffling to me, and it does not make any logical sense.
And it's fair to say that Gio was definitely carried in it. There was blood on it, which was consistent with the tracks at the spa. But how did the wheelbarrow make it back under their surveillance?
None of that answers the question that was posed. Like this response makes no sense to what we're even being talked about.
Food for thought, but let's return to the previous point.
Anyway, thank you.
Why was Gio thrown downhill?
A surprise attack from behind.
That makes no fucking sense, red popsicle of a woman.
That's a pretty good insult.
He was a captive at this point. No need to boo him the fuck down the hill.
Maybe he was attacked.
He jumped down, scared of the baddies.
Jumping down also feels out of the question. Even if Gio tried to escape, he wouldn't willingly choose that escape route.
Yeah.
But as he was very weak, maybe it was almost an accident?
Almost pulls a lot of weight in that sentence.
But Gio was strong enough to survive the fall. At first.
That's true.
Oh yeah, because then there's like stabs and stuff, right?
He died some time after the fall.
He even used his last moments to help us, Beuzutanya.
I have proof of that. What, this? He left this message in his own blood after all?
Let me take a look. That's... No, that's I-S, for Isaac.
You fool! I was making preparations for the Disablot. The priest saw you before Lady Amaterasu would greet us again.
You mean before sunrise?
You could have had the time to kill Giovanni.
Uh-huh.
I am fast, but not that fast.
Anx took a long time in the bathroom.
Anya arrived very early. Anya was not prepared. Anya needs to go to the bathroom.
That's not enough. Explain yourself, Byster Julius.
This is not a point worth pursuing. Annika was seen more times during the night, right?
Indeed, she was.
Just leave her alone.
This was a big detour. So, the message points to whom?
Sasha?
That's cute. Let's talk dirty now.
I mean, maybe you know something.
Let's talk about diabetes.
Diabetes?
Yes, not all of you knew.
Oh.
but Gio had diabetes.
Oh, so that all that sugar probably was not good.
Oh, I see now.
Diabetes, huh? That'd make a lot of difference in his daily life. Probably a secret about Gio that Chico's hiding from us.
One more card he hid well under his sleeve.
Indeed.
How do you know? Did he tell you?
Why do you care?
Doesn't matter right now.
We've found the Achilles heel.
As a lot of you might know, diabetes is not a wank in the park.
Yeah. A gym buddy of mine had to deal with that. Pal checked his sugars constantly.
Well, exercise is essential to manage a chronic condition such as diabetes, but it can also radically alter the levels of glycemia in the body. Constant monitoring is necessary.
No wonder Giovanni knew so much about health and exercise.
He will need to balance his glycemia levels through artificial insulin, as states of hyper or hypoglycemia leave the subject severely weakened, or even life-threatened.
So, if this state could be induced, even the mighty Gio would be overpowered? How could someone cause this off balance?
Wasn't Giovanni, like, volunteered to, like, eat all that extra food, didn't he? Like, why, if he knew that that would happen?
Maybe by tampering with his insulin pens?
No, he kept them close to his bod or in his room.
What about, like, someone tampering with his monitor thingy?
He kept that shit in the room too, but he was always too stubborn to use the damn thing. He trusted his own intuition.
That is not all advisable. Could have administered incorrect doses of insulin by accident.
After years of doing this, I'm not expecting him to conveniently make a mistake now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Maybe the sugar then?
There we go. The sugar might be key here.
Okay, let's see. What did Gio eat the day he disappeared that could be connected to this?
Like 1,000 tons of sugar. Pavlova.
Pavlova. We had Pavlova that day.
Did the pavlova have a lot of sugar?
It sure did.
Amazing! It was sugar with sugar in the side of sugar.
Curious, because I found something odd in the jungle not far from our patrol routes.
Oh yeah?
Let me show you the pic I took of it.
What is that? A pile of sugar over the warm soil of the jungle?
From 3 days ago.
Someone dumped it in a rush. It's not even well hidden.
And it's not far from the kitchen either.
Ooh.
So the pavlova was very sweet. And someone disposed of all that sugar.
I think someone just put in a bunch of sugar when Annika like just wasn't paying attention to the food or something, or maybe she took a quick break in the middle of like cooking or baking, whatever, and somebody just like put in like a ton of sugar.
Annie has not ordered sugar in a long time.
So Annika didn't even like knowingly put in an ingredient that she didn't know about. I think it was just put in there without her even knowing. If someone disposed of the kitchen sugar and the pavlova was still very sweet.
What if part of the sugar was rat poison and someone got rid of the leftovers?
Honey would have noticed.
Aha! You totes slipped now.
It was you, maid!
But the pavlova was still sweeter than a nun's tit. It'd be easier if the substance looked and tasted like sugar. Like a sweetener.
A sweetener? Really?
We commonly call substances that are used to substitute sugar sweeteners.
Yeah.
Sugar is actually a sweetener.
Spare me the technicals, Curie.
These sugar substitutes, and by sugar, I mean sucrose from sugarcane,
Oh, thanks for the clarification.
are substances that confer sweet taste without rapidly increasing glucose levels. And diabetes is characterized by a resistance or insufficient levels of insulin production, a hormone that regulates the body's absorption of glucose. Some of these substitutes are artificial, like aspartame.
Gosh, I hate aspartame. Tastes so bad.
Others are from natural sources, like xylitol, produced from agricultural waste, or stevia, from the plant with the same name.
So, if someone substituted the table sugar with a sugar substitute?
Giovanni would self-medicate inadequately and have a hypoglycemic state.
Meaning?
He would feel weak and confused, defenseless even.
So somebody would have had to know about his diabetes to even enact this plan, which is interesting.
And the rising heat would not have helped.
Yeah. He was at the spa when he started to feel weak.
Giovanni was like a lamb to the slaughter.
Yes.
One of you got sweeteners from the sisters.
No way. Gio watched everyone's personal deliveries like a hawk.
Seems we're out of options.
Didn't Mia... No, that was after. Was it? Like, didn't Mia get a delivery that she, like, secretly ran off with and, like, no one kept eyes on?
You think you're as smooth as a shaven ass. But you failed to mention one sweetener.
Sugar substitute. And I clearly couldn't list all of them.
Don't interrupt me now. You conveniently forgot one sweetener.
Uh-huh.
One that can be produced from something we did get plenty of.
Oh. We got a big delivery of something recently. Wine or corn. I assume wine probably has more sugar.
Wine?
Wine only contains residual
Oh,
sugars.
is corn a lot of sugar?
The sugar from the grapes was already fermented into ethanol during winemaking.
Oh, I guess like corn syrup and stuff.
I was thinking more about what came
Oh, okay.
from the same delivery.
Corn?
I see. Allulose can be produced by processing corn.
And all that corn went missing.
Oh, it did go missing. That's true.
Transforming corn into some sugary thing you can use in food. Sounds like a complex chemical process, no?
Lumi?
Yes.
Indeed.
I think you're getting there, boyo. Don't let your brain cook over this.
I have some questions for Lumi about this.
Lumi's a brilliant chemist. Making something like allulose would be easy for her.
We're talking about a heavy industrial process. Such a process gives off a terrible odor. I'd be easily caught if I was processing the corn in my lab in the middle of the resort.
That makes sense. Maybe you got it wrong, Harry.
Probably.
Compelling argument. But there's more to the story, Lieb. Lumi here has been hiding a deep and dark secret.
Oh?
And no, that's not the name of a corny porno I found in the alley. I also have some sweet pics to show the class.
Oh? Photo of a place I've never seen before. A dark place illuminated by fluorescent lights and concrete walls. There's a table, some petri dishes, and a microscope. It's like Lumi's room. Now that I look closer, the table very similar to the bedroom ones, but he said that it looked a little different. This lab that she has might not actually be in her room, but it's somewhere that is like made to look like her room. So it has more equipment and a typewriter too. Doesn't seem that far-fetched that it could have been used to make the allulose. It's weird that the two labs look so similar in a limited perspective. Coincidence? That would be a hell of a coincidence.
You call this photography?
No time to adjust the settings, doll. Could be worse. Like having no time to hide a murdering rock or something.
Where's this from? The military compound? Did you break in?
Hold your horses a bit, Poot.
Surely this doesn't prove I was involved in a murder.
Oh, right. You wanna be fucking demolished before confessing?
Ah, wait, yeah, this is seeming like Lumi is heavily involved. But why?
Have some sort of kink, you deviant.
Harry, look into your evidence and tell us. Where is Lumi's lab pick from?
They didn't get a chance to properly compare them, so I have to find the right answer. I think it's from a mysterious location.
It's from that new place you found.
No wonder there were differences between Lumi's pick and her bedroom lab.
Where is this veiled place?
It's an underground location behind a secret entrance in the spa.
In the spa.
Where the tracks end.
Yes.
Any proof that the corn ended up there?
We found some crumbles, yes.
Let me get this straight. For all of this to make sense, I needed to be able to produce an industrial-grade compound
Uh-huh.
in an amateur lab inside a bunker. And after that, have Annika use that product in order to make Giovanni a little dizzy.
Oh, are you confessing?
The whole ass story about Gio tumbling around from pure disorientation isn't any better.
But Gio's back was hurting. He wasn't well.
That reminds me. It was Lumi who recommended Gio go to the spa.
Oh.
She also gave him a massage.
It worked great on Annie's tired back.
Did wonders on me too, but Gio got a lot worse after it.
It's normal to respond differently to a similar treatment.
Sounds like Lumika's was pulling Giyok's strings the whole time.
Yes.
She abducted him and then did whatever she wanted with him.
Wow, I did not really see this one coming.
Should I be jelly? We have the whole pic now. Let's do that thing where we tell everyone what happened.
Let's do it.
Mighty, this one for you.
However,
Giyok's hurts his robust back carrying the Christmas delivery boxes.
Uh-huh.
Lumi steals the corn that was supposed to be for Isak's Yule celebration.
She?
No.
What?
Rude. As I was saying...
Yule. Isn't Yule in Norwegian?
Uh-huh.
Christmas?
Uggs, I'm talking here.
Annika, are you okay?
In Jello in Finnish.
Why are you even OMG, fine. It's Jolud in Estonian too.
Similar sounding words in Nordic countries. What does that even matter?
What doesn't matter?
but they are right. It's literally the same holiday. And you try to make it a separate one.
That's Yule. It's supposed to be a different holiday.
Nowadays, it's basically Christmas.
But
Bear in mind, you were the one ordering the corn. Now that I think about it, the delivery was maize.
Oh, is Isaac actually in on this after all?
This type of corn makes no sense for a Norse ritual, and you know that.
Of course! Maize is a food which came to Europe after the Age of Exploration, right?
Exactly.
I was just adapting the non-essential elements of the ritual to our ever-changing times.
So it was just a coincidence? Being the exact ingredient Lumi would have needed to produce allulose?
Yes! Lumi, or whoever it was, just got lucky. I bet the Jobberin cat's granddaughter would use whatever she could get her hands on.
That would be poor insight and planning.
Ah! This is just persecution from the spawns of Christ!
Funny you say that because I think the planks that were found in the basement were for a cross.
Oh.
So what? Would the priest of Odin be worshipping the Vatican idol?
Or you intended on mocking Gio by putting him on a cross.
You wanted to do what?
Oh. You smacked the table hard. I heard that. Been Jill on a cross. That sounds very Isaac to me.
This is madness. There is nothing to this story.
I mean, you did need a sacrifice. I think I'm ready to connect this missing piece. I don't know if that has... This? Oh, I was like, is that supposed to be LU for, like, Lumi? Anyway, let me see. What are we connecting? Wait, are we connecting... We had the planks. Little part has holes left in the nails. This!
There was a gap. A hole in the ground.
That's where the cross was going to be.
It fits the plank if you place it down.
Foolish accusations by the Grand Inquisitor himself. And like the Inquisitors of old, you only have a handful of conjectures and fabulations. Lumi is the one with the hidden laboratorium. Laboratoria?
You can just say lab.
Oh,
You don't have to be
no.
fancy about it.
But you knew about this hidden location, right? You told us about it a long time ago.
Oh?
Don't put words in my mouth, woman!
It was during the last time we did this. Don't you remember, Harry?
No, not at all.
Now that you mention it,
What did he say? Lord of the Veil was searching a gate between worlds. Oh, is that what that meant?
this is too much of a coincidence.
Sounds like Isu just being Isu.
I bet Isaac knew about the hidden lab too. Which reminds me, I saw a typewriter in Sasha's photo.
Uh-huh.
The note I got that night. It was Isaac! Isaac blackmailed me!
Oh, hey, so you were blackmailed.
Blackmail?
Yes! The note was written on a typewriter and it all fits! Take a look at it.
Ooh, should probably carry the note waiting for this eventuality. It's a bit crumpled, but I can make it out. The black type letters carry dark words of intimidation.
I'm sorry, Harry. I thought my family was in danger.
So that's why.
The note came with a photo of my family and I thought it was from someone on the outside. The typed words, the photo.
They had to promise silence no matter what.
It's okay, I understand.
What did you have to do? Like, why were you the one being blackmailed? Like, what did you do as a result of this? All this time, she wasn't lying or deceiving me. Why'd I keep pushing her away? In her time of need.
Sorry for doubting you.
It's okay. Let's move on. We're
I don't think this is excuses, like, every little thing, because I still think there's some things that she did. Like, you know, when she was going out, when she said that she wasn't, I feel like she met with Dan. That has never come up, or, you know, whatever. There's still some things that don't quite add up.
Yes.
You're not even close! You say I kept Geo in the tunnels all that time?
No one mentioned the tunnel at all, dumb fuck.
Oh!
Good job, Isaac.
There's a tunnel?
Yeah, and that goes from the spa to a spot near a nice little resort.
Ooh.
With elevators, e-scooters, blackjack, and hookers.
How great is that? This opens the case wide open. Wait.
So, you knew?
Say, love, let's not pretend there's no secrets between us.
That was the big secret the duo kept from us. Why do they keep doing this? Not trusting me, not working towards a bigger goal? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. If they knew that that was a part of it, and I'm like the investigator appointed by the producers that has to like solve this case together, does it not like give them a reason to give me that information? Like, I don't know. I just don't quite understand that. Maybe the fact that they know is enough justification, but like, do they not want justice for whoever like did it? Like, I don't know. Their logic does not make any sense to me. Both Sasha's and Chica's. May as well do this speech myself.
Wouldn't that cut the journey's time?
By a lot, yes, Broyo.
Oh, filho da puta. All this time going around under our feet and torturing Gio.
Love is a drug that pollutes your brain into fumes of wild imagination. Was he even tortured? Are you imagining Sisyphus up and down the mountain?
Nah, he was definitely tortured in some way.
We're not dumb, you wanker.
Those cuts were too precise and deep to be accidental. Also clean, broken bones. I agree. Gio was tortured.
Bastard!
OMG, guys, this is going completely overboard. Lumikaz is the bad guy. You're forgetting the message Giox left us. Sasu said that it was tampered, and Lumi was hugging the bod for some fake autopsy.
That's true.
She totes did it, because the message was about her.
Hold on. There's no proof she did it.
Well, P for Brains is sure reminding us of an important clue.
That's true.
I firstly thought it said Lou, and Lumi scratched it to look like LL, but check the photo. What do you think?
It's difficult to see what's not there.
Ani remembers it wasn't like this when Ani saw it.
Oh, really?
Of course. You were the first to see the body.
Ani read IL.
IL?
I think they're initials.
For two of us.
Oh, Isaac Lumi.
Yes, it's...
Yeah, Isaac and Lumi. I like how the answer has been the middle one the whole, like every single time we've been given a choice like that.
They were in on this together.
I don't believe they were true partners in crime.
Yeah, Isaac must be the killer.
We already proved Lumi's involved.
It's one thing is to be involved in the process, but another to actually kill.
She's not just involved, she's deep in it.
Yeah.
She's totally on board.
Yeah, somehow she knew about Giovanni's diabetes, use that to put him into a state where he could be killed. Isaac went through with the torture, but like they're both in on this.
The first thing she did after the body was found was lie through her teeth. How quick she was to tell a fucking fairy tale.
And this is what I was saying before about trusting somebody to do an autopsy. It's just like if that person then commits a crime, they're able to make up so many details and mess with stuff. Now, thankfully, it kind of worked out in our favor because I think what Lumi was trying to do was give a time of death that also coincided with her, you know, being quote unquote in her room with the timestamp photo of that time. So that way she had an alibi. But once there's this, you know, revelation of the secret lab that's actually closer, and that kind of busts that wide open. But it could have been even worse.
And yes, a sorry joke of a story. This is baby's first steps in killing, after all.
She did lie about Gio's injuries, but only when we found the body.
Oh yeah, and I mean, it was a little suspicious that she was like, oh, maybe he just died to the elements. But I don't know, I guess I just never read that much into it, but I probably should have.
Really? Think again, Harry boy.
He probably died before midnight.
She only stated the time of death.
Oh great, you got there. Somehow.
Uh-huh.
When do you think he died?
Oh.
Sometime around sunrise. He was still far from rigor mortis.
Oh, so the time of death, like, was not what she said. But she said that it was, that way it would give her the alibi. Yeah. 6
He
a.m.
was clearly forging a timeline.
That doesn't prove anything. She was lured by Isaac through their common interest in the spiritual world. And then he blackmailed her like he did to me. I also lied and hid a lot of things because of his ruse. So Isaac must have pushed her to lie about Gio's state.
Miu, the Lumi went beyond that, didn't she? She lied about other things involving that night. Stuff she had no business lying about.
Yeah.
Put, help Mia here. She must see this for what it is.
Alright, what else did she say? Let's see. There's a scarf. I mean, there's that. Mia leaving for the volcano trail around 8 or 9 o'clock. Oh, maybe that's just, like, false.
Lumi told me that she saw Mia leaving for the jungle that night.
Maybe she saw me. I did leave for the jungle.
Oh, really?
But what are the odds? And did she have to put you on blast?
I didn't understand why you were so quick to point fingers at me that night.
Although, Lumi wasn't the only one trying to blame Mia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is true. You talked to me about it, mate.
What was the other one? Isaac said that he saw Dan and Mia.
Isaac stated that Dan and Mia were together that night.
But for Dory, I should have known.
The master!
Isaac's been spinning a web of lies since the Yule discussion. He even found a way to plant alibis at critical points in the timeline.
Yeah.
Isaac was with me during that night, a few hours before Gio's death. He convinced me to go ahead with the ritual to trap Gio, while he was well aware of his fate. But Isaac just wanted to make sure I'd be there, because I would be the detective on the soon-to-be case.
Ooh, it's kind of smart. I respect this. Well, I mean, I respect this from, like, a gameplay perspective, not like... I would respect it less if this was, like, a real thing happening that involved real people.
He did the same thing during Gio's abduction. He asked me to be with him. No wonder he knew so much about the investigation timeline.
Something I might add would usually bore him to death.
And he also tried to convince us that Annika could be the culprit.
Yeah.
So much so that...
Oh, Annika still seemed like she was hiding something. Like, she wasn't super, like, as forthright as she usually is.
Isaac even let slip that he was the one who suggested using carts.
With so much corn, people would have naturally used the wheelbarrow to transport it all. But they needed it free, hence the carts. Although, really, now that we know the correct timeline and the existence of the tunnels, all of these alibis are meaningless. The signs point more and more towards Isaac.
He is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the killers.
That's right.
But you are a fucking one-eyed snake if you can't see that Lumi was playing the game too.
Yeah, absolutely.
She infiltrated her skinny ass in your Dear Pal Patrol and used you, Bratwurst. She evaded the room search by using her own patrol route to get rid of evidence. The sugar, even a fucking wheelbarrow.
Also, the massage she gave Gio was a very Lumi tactic. Like the allulose, I don't believe Isaac came up with that.
And Lumi was there for the torture.
Ooh, oh, she'd probably know the better ways to, like, inflict torture without killing.
Those days old cuts would be pus infected without her hand. Isak wouldn't care for that.
But that means she was there, trying her best to do some good.
No.
The torture went beyond cuts and broken bones. Something deeply disturbing was being done to him.
Wow, this is crazy. I show signs of fatigue? No? Okay. That's just the cuts, so probably not. Dramatic weight loss. Oh no, that wasn't it. That's on the ground. What's the scarf? Let's see. Bloodstains. What do we have here? Bad condition, likely intentionally kept that way.
Yes, Gio was kept weak.
What I've seen of him and know of him seems more planned than accidental, yes.
Yeah.
No sleep, no food, and still alive for a week. The delicate and precise work of a psychopath. Would I dare to fucking say?
I'm really intrigued at what the aftermath of this is going to be, because, like, so you have Ava that was just like, you know, self-defense, went a little far, you know, all that sort of stuff. But then you have two people now, Isaac and Lumi, that were, like, deliberately torturing, hurting somebody, with the plan to kill him, went through this whole elaborate thing with the serious intent to kill for, like, at least a week, probably longer. My point to this being, I would assume that both of them are going to have to be treated as, like, more dangerous, but at the same time, Dan's probably not going to forget that, like, hey, Ava should still be, like, in her room. Are you going to try to enforce 3 people being in prison all at once? How is this going to work? There's, like, 8 people left, right? There's, like, 8 or 9 people, and if, like, 3 of them are killers that you want to, like, kind of keep locked up, is like, this is not going to work. I just don't see how that's possible. Wow, this is gonna be something.
She could have been pressured.
Are you kidding? Is the Panzer Chocolade cooking your brain?
Lumi would never.
Why do you think this?
I don't care about your summer fling.
This is not.
People!
I don't know why you're coming to Lumi's defense, like, so hard.
A lot of info is being thrown around. I need to think. Mia, come with me.
Me?
Are you effing kidding me? Harks!
Hurry up! We're not here for your quickie.
Okay, so what are we doing?
What's wrong, Harry?
I needed to collect my thoughts, but I don't think there's anything else we can do apart from present what happened. Maybe if we explain the full timeline, we can get to the bottom of this and trap Isak that way. Are you ready?
Me? Not Ava?
Put it out, Harry.
I'm truly sorry about all this mess. This island, this badge, this detective thing. All I can see are secrets, alibis, clues, evidence, doubt, and a trail of lies. It's like I can't trust anyone.
Oh, Harry, I know. I'm not totally fine, but I know. We'll have time for this conversation later.
Yes.
For now, it's time to uncover the truth.
Let's do it.
Maybe save lives. And friendships.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, here we go.
Finally!
We're ready.
For what?
To retell the events that brought us here.
Let's start.
Let's
I
do
can't
it.
be completely sure, but I think their connection starts with the seance.
Okay.
Isaac's fake spirituality entranced Lumi.
Let's keep this strictly about facts and timelines.
You're right.
Okay.
I received an anonymous message pointing towards Gio's alleged suspicious activities.
Okay.
Isak told us he wanted to organize Yule, but it was a ruse to mask their activities. Then Giovanni injured his back carrying the Christmas delivery.
Something Isaac decided to use in their favor.
Meanwhile, Lumi and Isak stole the corn that was supposed to be for Isak's ritual. And they took it through the tunnel to the underground lab.
Okay.
Lumi gave a massage to Gio to make his back problem worse. And Giovanni ate the pavlova full of substitute sugar and took too much insulin. Then he headed to the volcanic spa to heal his back.
By Lumi's recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Isak made sure he was seen at the resort, so Lumi took over. She took the tunnel, attacked a weakened Gio, and wheelbarrowed him through the tunnels.
Okay.
The producers tried to cover Gio's abduction. Torturing goes on for days. The two are rarely seen at the same time and never for long.
I wonder if the fact that they weren't getting along was just like a ruse. It's be like, oh, they can't be working together because they don't even like each other. Because there was like a little tiff between them. Unless there was like a real reason that they disagreed on something as part of the torture.
They even pretended they weren't spending time together anymore.
Yeah.
Yet they were preparing to kill Gio in a very flashy way, by crucifixion. So Isak sold the idea of the Yule ritual as a trap to catch Gio.
What was his plan then? I mean, if he was gonna put him on a cross, I was like, would that not be a public display that would just like completely out him as like the killer, unless he just wasn't really trying to get away with it? I don't know.
To guarantee that I would see Isak far away from the crime scene, and Gio on the cross.
The triumphal defeat of Giovanni Lombardo.
Interesting. Okay.
Isak wrote the note to Mia, which forced her to stay away from the resort. Without an alibi, she'd be a major suspect.
On that night, they brought Gio to the top of the volcano, and he fell down the mountain at 5 a.m.
Sorry to interrupt, but it was 4:35 to 4:40 a.m. when he fell.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
He probably died later around 5 a.m.
But... right.
It was too late and dark to check where the body fell, so they assumed no one would find the body immediately. Then Isak and Lumi rushed to the resort to show their faces and escort the Yule party. Our group left at 6 a.m. without Isak.
So they put up the planks of woods, but then at some point they had to take them down and put them back in the basement, right?
Lumi then tried to steer us from the body, but she didn't know where it was.
At 8 a.m., Harrison, Annika, and Lumi find Gio's body.
Yeah.
Lumi pretended to examine the body and scratched part of the L. Then proceeded to give me a false hour of death to correspond with their alibis. Taking every opportunity to frame Dan and Mia.
They returned the wheelbarrow using Lumi's patrol and discarded and dismantled the crucifix.
I'm a little confused. Were they planning to... No, they were planning to kill him in the morning, right? Okay, because I was like... Because Lumi had this alibi ready to go before Gio even died. But I guess the plan still had to have been in place regardless. Okay. And then, okay.
They also hastily tossed the sugar on the jungle floor before the room searches.
Okay. One of them went up to dismantle that stuff up there before anybody started searching up there. Okay.
After that, it was just a matter of watching how well their plan fooled us.
Alright, well, we got answers. That is, I mean, I feel pretty satisfied. We have, like, actual killers. It wasn't, like, some BS of, like, oh, somebody fell or he did it to himself or whatever. It's like, no, there's, like, actual culprits here.
That is a rather succinct review of...
Oh, the lies! How they stumble to make us take the fall for this dirty sin! Oh, please! What would my parents think of this spectacle?
You tell me, what would they think?
Of the man judged by his peers to be a monster! Oh! Oh! You fools! You expected me to grovel and plead! I am no man.
Okay. Hello? What is this spectacle? That's so loud.
What a glorious death! At the hands of the mighty and the divine! A majestic ruse! From the pavlova to his swan song, I'm amazed you lowly animals were able to see through a nun-sized silky veins. I commend you for that. Is there anything more to say of the fallen man in the jungle? He served our appetites well, the brute creature. Marked like the cattle he was by the sins that followed him. We liberated his soul into the peaceful miasma he longed for and belongs to. The dead volcano also helped. A fitting end for a Neapolitan, dare I say.
I am very surprised that Isaac is actually, like, a killer. I mean, with his appearance and mannerisms, that feels, like, too on the nose, that usually that character is, like, all talk, no bite. But Isaac actually was. It was kind of like reverse psychology here.
Da puta monte de sterco. You can't even say his name.
You simpleton! Helvete!
The god bleeds.
Kind of decent speech, but next time, more sexiness and less dated lingo.
Shouldn't be feeding his ego, but at least it's a confession.
This is depressing. I can't believe Lumi was dragged into this.
Stop feeling bad for Lumi. She is like a part of this.
Lumi, you can talk to us now about what happened.
You pathetic sack of fermented shit! That man had more dignity and courage in his white hairy pubes than you'll ever have.
Yes! I want to see the berserkers brawling over the sticks! As justice turns to wrath, vengeance shall be mine!
Get over it, Energumenu. You were caught. In the end, your plan was shit.
You imp! Ha! You behold me as the villain of this tale? It's the destiny of the chosen to be singled out as the devil.
Uh-huh.
But surprise! Lumi wrote the blackmail note, not me.
Ooh. Now what?
Of course. You knew about my family.
I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Disgraceful! I saw greatness in you! I took your hand to see the wonders of the world! And this is how you repay me. By sobbing in confession.
Isak, can you stay quiet?
Ooh.
What?
Every step of the way, you undermine the plan.
Ooh, Lumi's the mastermind.
Lumi?
Oh no.
With the popcorn.
Gio fell because of you.
Me? Yes, of course. I threw him.
No, he fell by accident. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Ooh.
You decided to crucify him without consulting me first. Surprises create disorder. Disorder creates accidents.
You think of yourself as cunning as Wainamoinen.
We agreed on a time for the killing. Why did you arrive 3 hours late?
Ooh.
That's how you get caught. Did you want to get caught?
The plan was devised accounting for unpredictable.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. I told you that several times.
Ooh.
You are the most incompetent person I've ever met. You couldn't even compensate for the consequences of your actions. They found the body first.
Lumi,
What?
How did he put you up for this?
Why do you keep thinking that she was put up to this by him? Like, what is this?
The dark tides called her.
No one forced me. It was of my own volition.
Yeah, I don't know why, like, there's this assumption that Lumi, like, can't decide to do something like this on her own. Like, is it just her character? Like, I don't understand.
Sorry, but it was my own choice.
Oh! Nonsense! I'm the mighty.
You're the mighty scrambled shit on a grave if you don't shut up.
A show's over, guys. Ooh, better luck next time.
Order! Order! Everyone, we need to decide their sentences.
Shove them in their bedroom, they say. It's fine and dandy, they say.
Let their blood flow. Maybe people will learn the lesson this time.
Agreed.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Kill the gods, won't you? Insolent vermin.
No more dead people!
But we definitely need harsher sentences.
No, we're not turning into them.
Them are the ones who finally shifted the killing game. Val's death was ultimately in self-defense, but this was weeks of planning, torture, murder. Amiya's right, we can't turn into murderers ourselves. Even if we call it justice, any life of another human being is still
I
murder.
agree. We can't kill them.
A death sentence is too much for us. Maybe.
There won't be any executions on this island.
No one appointed you as judge and sheriff of this town. I'm not leaving the decision to the ones who betrayed Mafia in his time of need.
There's a chance he could have stayed alive if not for my sickening suspicious tendencies. But I can't let them do
I
this.
sincerely apologize for what happened, but their deaths won't bring him back. And we have whole lives ahead of us. Do you really want to carry that burden?
It's a bigger burden to let them live.
Sasha and Chica are set on doing this. Mia, Annika, and me are not. I just need to know where Dan falls in this discussion. The numbers are in my favor.
Let's vote.
No, no! Mafia deserves a fair trial, not a popularity vote.
I'm sorry, but the lives of the group should be decided by the whole group.
But
I vote no regarding the bloody, savage killing of two brilliant minds.
Killers don't get to vote. Prisoners have no democratic rights.
As is customary in modern societies, yes.
Who votes yes?
let's kill them. A pena de morte é pouco para estes montes de merda.
Yes! Time to make Colombian neckties with their balls.
And no?
It's a no from me.
Uh-huh.
My vote is no too. Dan?
Not good. Yeah, I don't know.
No one takes us seriously with these prison sentences.
Right.
Look around. Who's the next killer? You?
Oh, no. I'm not falling for that one now, Harry boy.
Yeah, I mean, if we keep them alive, are you not just going to just try to kill Isaac or Louis on your own?
Maybe it's you. You're so dead set on keeping them alive. Do you want to have Isaac on the weekends for your golden shower sessions?
He's not exactly my type, but I can work with what I have.
Shut up, you piece of poser vomit!
I have to take the reins on this horse, and now.
Either no wins, or there's a draw. Let's put them in house arrest. At least for now.
You sly fuck.
I agree. Let's lock them in their rooms.
This is not over, payash.
But it's settled for now. I just have to keep this rotten piece intact.
Chica, help me get the killers back into their rooms.
Sure.
You too, Ava. I didn't forget.
Harks, you prommed.
You prommed, Hoxie boy?
Sorry, Ava, but I can't let you be free. For now.
Ooh, that kind of hurts.
Listen.
But I help.
Yeah, like a lot, actually.
I know. That's why I'll help you too. From now on, I'll be the one guarding you.
Thank you, Harks.
I was more than capable of maintaining my duties, pal.
Apparently not. What's your deal, Dan? Which reminds me, I should try to avoid the same fate for the others. One battle at a time.
Take Ava to her room. Get Isaac and Lumi in theirs.
Let's go, people.
Man, that means that, like... Gosh, so what? For the rest of the time, we get to hang out with Dan, Mia, Sasha, and Chica? And Anne? That's like everybody? Gosh.
Yes.
What a terrible
Sure.
67 days this is going to be.
Mia, meet me in the garden. I want to talk to you.
Got it.
Ooh, what's the goss here?
None of your business. Okay, time to go, Ava.
I sometimes forget how beautiful this garden looks under the moonlight. God, I feel like I can breathe again. None of this is over, sure. Ava did her best at least. Even if she still needs to be punished, no one deserves what she's gone through. I should keep an eye on her.
I don't want to believe.
But first, the talk with Mia. I think I'm going to postpone this talk for next time because I've been playing for a while, and I think I've made pretty good progress. So we're gonna have this big talk with Mia on the next time, and then I assume we're probably going to start progressing through some of these days a lot faster. I don't know if there's going to be any more dead bodies. There's obviously going to be more discussions about the fates of Isaac and Lumi, but I mean, I don't know how many more big events can happen. Obviously, there'll be something, but I don't know if there'll be more killings or not. But I guess we'll know as we play through the game more. But hopefully you've been enjoying, and I look forward to more. So let me know. But I will see you on the next time. So till then, peace out.